She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment. Now, come on now.
What is up, everyone? Mark here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be going over my top 10 songs for Junior Eurovision 2022. Before we get started, comment right now who your winner is for Junior Eurovision, and let's start a discussion in the comments about our favorite songs and what we want to see in the competition. Also, I recorded this video before the rehearsals came out, but I have gone back to see the rehearsals, and my rankings didn't really change, but I also do want to say that all the rehearsals were really great, and only made me like these songs so much more. This video will not be including any specific ratings, like 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. However, of course, I will be ranking these songs, and my rankings are based entirely on personal preference. So with that, let's get to my number 10 spot, which is France. And this song is one that I definitely was not a super big fan of at first. I thought it sounded a little bit too childish and definitely took me a while to really get used to, but the song has actually grown on me quite a bit, and in my opinion, it's one of the most underrated songs in this competition. I think this song will actually impress a lot of people live. I think it is very well written too, and I think Lissandro has a great voice. I really like the electro swing, kind of jazzy vibe that this song has, and I also really like the energy that Lissandro brings to this song, and also in the music video. I feel like if he can bring that same energy and charisma onto the Junior Eurovision stage, France has a very good chance at getting at least the top 10. Now, I do understand why this is not very high in other people's rankings, but for me, I think this song can definitely work pretty well. Even if it's not a song that I would listen to all the time, I'm really giving the song points for its potential on stage. By the end of the song, it really ramps up, and Lissandro's vocals have so much time to shine, and so for that, this song gets my number 10 spot. Again, not one of my favorites, but definitely a song that I can see doing pretty well, and I think one that will really impress people during the live show. With that, let's move on to my number 9 spot on this list, which is actually Serbia. This song is one that I really did not think I would like that much at first. It started off very slow, and I really wasn't all that interested in it during the first 30 seconds or so, but as the song went along, I realized that this is something different, this is something unique, and I also noticed a lot of the instruments that were used sound very traditional. So I actually did my research on this one, and I actually did find out that these instruments are actual traditional Balkan instruments, and I think that makes the song stand out a lot. I also just think it's very pleasant to listen to. It's not bombastic like France, and it's not so slow that it's boring. And as someone who doesn't really like slow songs that much, this song really stuck out to me. I think it's really interesting sonically. The vocals are actually really good. And I also like the little trumpet part at the end. I think that actually makes the song stand out even more. I think this song is actually more creative than a lot of people give it credit for, and that's why it's in my top 10. So with that, let's move on to my number 8 spot on this list, which is Kazakhstan. And this is a song that I wasn't too interested in at first just because it is very slow, and the song kind of sounds the same throughout, but I have come to appreciate this song for the fantastic vocals and for just how powerful the song is. Charlin really has such a fantastic voice, and some of these vocals are super impressive for someone his age. In my opinion, this song has some of the best vocals in the competition just overall. I will say though, just because the song kind of does sound the same throughout, I don't really feel the same impact with this song as some of the other ones on this list, and I still don't really click with it that much yet, but I feel like once I see the song live, assuming that David is able to hit all these notes live and that the staging is good, I think this song definitely has a chance to really grow on me, and I think it has a chance to do very well in this competition. I can definitely see this as a jury winner. That is why it gets this spot on my list. Again, a great song, just not one to connect with super well. And with that, let's move on to my number 7 spot on this list, which is Poland. To the Moon has fantastic verses and a really fun chorus. I liked this song on first listen way before the revamp, and the revamp only made me like it that much more. This song is really catchy, it's really fun. I think this song has a pretty unique atmosphere, no pun intended, which really makes it stand out. But I will say though, I think that the pop elements of this song are done a bit better by other songs on this list. That's not to say that this song is bad, just that I feel like it doesn't have the same gravity as my top 6. Again, no pun intended. And another thing I want to note too is that I think the verses work a lot better for me than the chorus. The chorus is great, but I feel like after hearing it enough times, it kind of grew off me, to be honest, but the verses I think are really good and really interesting. It's just that the chorus doesn't feel super unique to me, but overall this is a very good song. I just think that other songs do what this song is trying to do a little bit better in my opinion. So with that, let's move on to my number 6 spot on this list, Spain. Spain is a song that I loved on first listen. It's really fun, really danceable, and just has such a great sound to it. I also love the Spanish language, of course, in music, and there's also some English sprinkled in here and there. While the song is not the most unique, I've definitely heard songs like this before, I think the song does what it's trying to do very well, and it's just a lot of fun to listen to. I think Carlos is a fantastic singer, very talented, and could do really well in the contest. Other things I like about this song are the lyrics, which I think are very well written, judging from the English translation, and I like the dance break too. I think the only reason why it's not as high as some of the others is just because it doesn't quite resonate with me as much as those songs do. There's also the element of uniqueness, which I have to factor in here. I have heard quite a few songs like this before, but that isn't too big of a detractor for me. The song is still incredible, and definitely one of my favorites in this competition. So with that, let's move on to my number 5 spot on this list, which is Ireland. And this is the song Solas. And this song is simply beautiful. The song is definitely more of a ballad, which is not normally my favorite type of music, but it does it so well and really stands out among all the other songs of this competition, and especially in my top 5. This song just has such a beautiful sound to it, great vocals, and a soaring instrumental, which really pulls you in. I also like too that the song is sung in the Irish language because it sounds so authentic to the singer and to Ireland and their culture. This is a song that could only come from Ireland, and that makes me appreciate this song so much more. I looked up the lyrics too, and they are actually really great, and they complement this song nicely. If this song is delivered well on stage, I think this can be a definite top 5 contender, if not top 3. This song is fantastic, and I think a lot of audiences, and the juries especially, will see just how unique and how impressive the song really is. It just has a magical quality to it, and I would honestly not even be surprised if this song wins. Before making this video, I did take a look at some other people's lists just to see what other people think, just out of curiosity, and this song was ranked pretty highly, I think consistently in a lot of people's top 5s, which is great because that just shows that this song is getting the appreciation that it deserves. And I really don't have any criticisms at all for this song. Again, it's maybe not a song that I would listen to every day, but it's still incredible and deserves a great result in the contest. With that, let's move on to my number 4 spot, which is Georgia. Now, this is definitely a fan favorite, just judging from people's rankings, and for me, this song definitely took some time to grow on me. When I first listened to it, I wasn't super keen on it. I just felt like the lyrics were a little clunky, especially in the chorus. And looking at the chorus specifically, the lyrics, "thing what they always need, thing what they always want," were a little bit jarring on first listen. Again, I get the song now, I get the message of the song, and I think the song has a fantastic and very important message, but that chorus really did throw me off on first listen. What really did impress me though about this song, and the reason why I ranked it so high, is the way it sounds. And I think the song sonically is incredibly powerful. It has fantastic vocals and a great instrumental too, so it definitely is a force to be reckoned with in this competition. And I think where the song really picked up for me was after that last bridge, during that last chorus, where there's that incredible series of high notes that really just gave me chills and just blew me away. And just that part alone really outweighs all the little nitpicks I have about the lyrics. I think that last part is just some of the best 30 or so seconds of any of these songs. And I will say, because of that part, knowing that the whole song is leading up to that, it has made re-listens of the song a lot better for me. It has made me appreciate the song as a whole a lot more, and that is why I have it so high in my rankings. I think this song is definitely a contender for the win, a strong contender for the win, and if it does win, I totally would get it. The song is phenomenal. So with that, let's move on to my top 3. Now, before I get into my top 3, please do keep in mind that these songs are pretty much interchangeable for me. I think they are all fantastic. They would all be 10s out of 10s. It was really hard to choose my first, second, and third place, but without further ado, let's get into my number 3 spot, which is Freya Sky, Lose My Head. What a fantastic song this is. It is catchy, has great production value. It sounds like it could go viral globally. This is a song that I could totally hear at the Grammys or the VMAs. If someone played this song for me and just gave me no context, I would think this song was from a huge pop artist like Dua Lipa. It's got a great instrumental, great vocals. I keep on coming back to it because it's so catchy. It is just super impressive overall, and honestly, I can totally see this winning, and I would be very happy if it won. The UK, and especially Freya, should pat themselves on the back for sending this song. I think my only gripe with it, which is not even that much of a critique to be honest, the song feels pretty mature for me, which is not a bad thing. I think a lot of songs make that work well, like Kami Kami last year. I think the other thing with this song is just that it sounds like something that I've heard before. I felt like it's a song that I could hear Dua Lipa or one of those big pop artists singing. This is also kind of a comment for Armenia's song. So with that, let's move on to my number 2 spot on this list, which is Armenia. This is the song Dance, and what an appropriate title. I mean, this song probably for me is the most danceable song of this competition. It is so much fun, so interesting, and so impressive to be honest too, just coming from such a young artist. Armenia really has been delivering these past 2 years. Of course, I loved Kami Kami last year. That was my winner last year. So once again, I can see Armenia winning with this song. I think this has such a great instrumental, great vocals, and great choreography, just judging from the music video, and I do hope that they kind of translate that choreography from the music video onto the Junior Eurovision stage. The production value here too is absolutely phenomenal. This is a song that I could see doing really well in the charts, just in general. To be honest, even though I wasn't a big fan of it on first listen, to me it didn't really feel super unique. It didn't feel that authentic. I keep coming back to it because it is so fun and so catchy, and just a song that I think is going to do very, very well in this competition. And even though it doesn't have any deep messaging or anything like that, I still think that this song deserves at least a top 3 spot, assuming that the staging is just as good as the song and the music video, just because I think that this song has something really special, is so incredibly impressive, and just has all the elements that would make a great Eurovision song, not just Junior Eurovision. I feel like if the song was in regular Eurovision, it would probably have a top 10 finish. That's just my opinion. But yeah, this is very impressive. Just like Kami Kami, this song is high production value, polished, catchy, very pop sounding, but still feels pretty authentic to the artist. And I also love the inclusion of the Armenian language in the song, which makes the song feel more unique and more authentic to the country and their culture. I really love the dance break and the instrumental breaks, and of course the fantastic high note at the end. I think my only minor critique is just that I wish the chorus had a bit more of a punch. The chorus really is essentially just an instrumental with the lyrics "Dance Tonight," which I think is fine, but I wish there would have been a little bit more there. Maybe they'll do something fun with it during the competition. Of course, it is an opportunity to implement a lot more choreo, so that could change my opinion about the chorus, but otherwise the song is fantastic. Great vocals, great performance, great production, and it is a song that I keep on coming back to, and a song I can see giving Armenia their second win in a row. I really just feel more strongly about my number 1 spot because I feel like it's a bit less mature than this song. It feels less like it's trying to be a song for adult Eurovision and feels more like a song for junior Eurovision. So without further ado, let's talk about my number 1 spot, which is, you guessed it, La Festa. I did see that it's going to be going first in junior Eurovision, which usually is not the best, but even if it doesn't win, I really hope that both the audience and the jury will see just how unique and how fun it is. This song for me is perfect. I mean, it is exactly what I look for in junior Eurovision. It's a song that doesn't take itself too seriously, but also isn't too silly. It's a little bit childish and isn't super mature. It strikes such a great balance that I find is very appropriate for, of course, the singer's age and just for the target audience of this competition. This is junior Eurovision. There's junior in it for a reason, and I think this song strikes the exact perfect balance and is a song that people of all ages can enjoy. This is a song for everybody, and beyond that, it's a really fun song. I personally don't really have any criticisms for it. I just want to point out a couple things that I really like about it. The song, for one thing, is very unique. It sounds very different to the other songs in this competition, especially the other songs in my top 3. It doesn't sound like a song that's trying to compete with anything on the radio nowadays, but it's still very well produced, and the whole atmosphere of the song is very fun and inviting. Another balance the song strikes is between being very fun and lighthearted and packing a punch. The chorus really hits hard every time, and so does the dance break. I think the dance break is actually fantastic. It has a really powerful instrumental. The choreography is great too. I think a big part of why I like the song is that I have seen it live, and what I saw live was fantastic. I think that Luna is so talented for her age. I think that she's got such a great stage presence and also such a great voice. The song has a few high notes, of course, as many of these songs do, and even though she's not singing the highest notes in the world, they still sound really, really good. The song has really nice verses too, and I like that the verses sound very different from the chorus, but they still go well together. So again, even though my top 3 are very interchangeable, if I had to choose one, it would be La Festa for those reasons. I think all the songs on this list, especially the songs in my top 3, are incredible, and honestly, if any of them won, I would be 100% in favor. I think all of my top 3, even my top 5, are fantastic and definitely deserve to get at least top 5 in the competition. And that's why it was so hard picking a winner. You know, even picking a top 3 was nearly impossible because so many of these songs, they can do really well in the adult Eurovision contest. Like some of these songs, I can guarantee you would have been at least top 10 in the actual competition. I'm really excited to see how these artists perform on stage. I'm really excited to see what new elements they add to their songs, what choreography they have, their staging, their props, everything. Because I think these songs have so much potential, and I really want to see where they go with it on Sunday. That has been my ranking of my top 10 songs for junior Eurovision. Even though some of the 16 songs were not on this list, that does not mean the other 6 that were not here are bad or that I don't like them at all. All these young artists should be very proud of themselves. It's just really my personal preference what songs that I personally click with and what songs that I personally enjoyed the most of those 16 songs. With that, please let me know what you think down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy watching junior Eurovision, and also I want to say best of luck to all the contestants. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Peace.